Welcome back to Tom's Life. Today's Sunday special is beef Wellington with garden peas and broccoli. So the ingredients you need is a piece of beef, 4 mushrooms, 3 shallots, garden peas, broccoli, English mustard, salt, pepper, 1 egg, puff pastry. The first step is to prep all your ingredients. We're going to start off prepping the shallots. So first step, we're going to prep the shallots. You want to chop the ends off. And then I chop it in half, more easy. And then you just peel the skin off. And the other layer. Now you chop it down the middle, you bring them together and you just want to finely dice them. Once you have prepped your shallot, you're going to get a little mixing bowl and you put them in and you keep doing your shallots. Next step, you're going to prep your mushrooms. You're first going to chop them in half and then you're going to finely slice them one way and then turn them around, and we want to finely slice them into little pieces like that. So what we're doing is we're finely slicing them one way. Try and keep them all together. Bring them back up into a little shoulder position. Keep hold of them and you just want to finely slice them into little pieces. Remember to watch out for your fingers, you don't cut yourself. And you just want little pieces like that. We'll do the other mushroom in a minute, but you're going to place them in with your shallots. Then we will fry these so all the water comes out and they go nice and dry and brown, because these will be our base on our pastry for our beef Wellington. Next step, you're going to prep your broccoli. You're first going to chop your stalk off. You're first going to break it apart. And then a little bit of stalks, you will trim them in a minute. Just do half to start off with. And what you want to do is just want to trim the ends. And then you're just going to place them in your pan. And you keep trimming your stalks off your broccoli. And then you'll serve this with your beef Wellington and garden peas. So once I've done that, you just keep doing all your broccoli. Now you want to season your meat. You first want to add some ground black pepper on your beef. And you want to get a pinch of salt. Put it all on. And then you get your hands in, give it a little bit of a pat in all round the meat. So we're just seasoning it, and then we're going to fry it on a frying pan in a minute. We're just going to seal it to get a bit of colour on it. Then you will rest it while you're doing your shallots. Next step, we're going to preheat the hob. You want to set it to high. Get a frying pan, place it on the ring. Before you place your meat in, you're going to get a little bit of butter or margarine. You're just going to put a little bit in the pan, put a little bit more in. Now you want to place your meat. Give it a little pat down using the back of the spatula. So you're just patting it for a minute. And you just want to seal it on the bottom. Then you'll flip it over and do the other side. Use the back of the spatula to pat it down. So we're just sealing the meat to get some colour on it. Once you have sealed your meat, you want to take it off the frying pan and put it on a chopping board to cool. Now you want to get a teaspoon of English mustard. You want to place it on, and with a knife you just want to rub it in. Just get a little bit more, and what you're doing is you're just spreading it all out into a nice even layer. Just once it's cooling, all the flavour will marinate into the meat. Just a last little bit. So you get it all over on the top of your beef. Now you want to start frying your mushrooms and shallots. Get it all out. The mushrooms will have a lot of water in the way you have chopped them, so you want to give them a good fry so they get all the water out. So we're just going to cook them till they go nice and brown and get some flavour into them. This will be our base on our puff pastry, and then you'll place the beef on top, and then you'll wrap the pastry round, and then you'll place it in the oven to cook. Next step, we're going to preheat the oven. I'm using my bonbons to tell me which one is the oven. You want to set this at 200 degrees. I have set that at 200 degrees. Let that just preheat while you make your beef Wellington. You first want to open your pastry your puff pastry and you want to lay it out, keep the package on top. Now you want to get your shallots and mushrooms and you want to spoon them all out. Scrape them all out the sides. And you gently want to lay them out. Nice layer. What you want to do next is you want to get your meat and lay your mustard on your shallots and mushrooms. Now you just keep bringing it all up. You fold in the ends. So you just pan it all in into a nice parcel. Give it a good pat. Into a nice shape. Give it a little pinch so the pastry stays in. Just a little tiny pinch. You don't want to break the puff pastry, but you just want it to stick together. And what I've got here is a tray with some baking paper on. You want to carefully place it on the tray. Next step, you're going to crack your egg. You're going to break it down the middle and catch any of the shell and drop it into the bowl. Just want to give this a little whisk. And then you will get a cake brush, and then you will put all the egg wash on top of your pastry, so when it goes in the oven it gets a nice crispy base. Now I'm giving it a bit of a wash with the egg. Do it all round. Now you're going to place this in the oven to cook so your pastry goes nice and crispy. If you want it medium, you put it in for 20 minutes. If you want it medium well done, you put it in for 25 minutes. I'm using Lecky oven, that's why it will go in for 20 minutes, because it will need longer. If you're using gas, it will need 15 minutes for medium and 20 for medium well. I'm now going to place it in the oven on the top shelf. You push it right in. You close the door. You keep an eye on that. Now you do your vegetables. Once you can see, what you do is you put your peas in the pan, and your broccoli's already in the pan when you prep them. You boil the kettle and you place some water in both of them. Now you place them on the ring. Now you're going to switch them on to medium. so they start to boil and simmer. So your broccoli goes nice and soft and your peas are just warmed up and cooked. So once your beef Wellington is nice and rest, I have finally sliced it into pieces. On some of the pieces, you have pieces of pastry down the sides, and then you have your meat. And then what you want to do is you want to put your broccoli and peas on the other side. I hope you like making this beef Wellington with broccoli and peas. Don't forget to hit the like button, share, subscribe, and thank you. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. More videos coming soon.